joined by none other than Paigey Cakey. I'm not wearing heels. She literally is this tiny.
Yeah,
it's so dinky in real life, isn't it? Oh man, but she's got a massive personality. The crazy thing is, Paigey, that normally we'd interview you before the performance, but I've actually had the chance to hear your music. You're not an unsigned artist. Well, you're well.
I am unsigned. I'm not signed.
You're not signed.
I ain't even got a manager. I did this by myself.
You're being serious?
Yeah, I did it all by myself.
Shut up. Did you hear that? You're like 22, right?
Yeah.
Listen, I'm doing some research on you, so I know you're no stranger to the situation. But I'm going to ask you a few questions anyway, just for the audience at home to get to know you a bit better. So yeah, like I've seen a few interviews on TV. Oh, it's on YouTube. Yeah. And quite a few of them have been quite intrusive. They want to know about if you got a boyfriend, if you had sex, all this sort of stuff. Do you know what I mean? But I think from what we've seen just now, you've obviously sung a few songs. The artistry or the music is what you want to be sort of more at the forefront of. You know what I mean? Pushing. Saying that, you're an actor, seen you on Waterloo Road, would that be correct? Yeah. You're also a singer, yeah, and a rapper. Yeah. Now notice what I said there. I didn't say a female rapper.
Yes, I love that. I hate when people say female rapper. It's like they try to put me in a box. Like,
exactly.
Let me tell you something. When like a male artist comes out, they will say like blah blah out. They won't say male artist. When a female comes out, they'll be like female artist. What do you mean female artist?
Exactly.
We're all artists. Do you get what I mean? I hate being labelled and put in a box because of my sexuality.
Exactly.
And because of what I am, I'm a female.
Yeah. But you know, I've actually heard you say in previous interviews that because of that, it kind of makes you stand out more. Because there's a ton, if you go into
you know
like...
what, yeah, it's got advantages and disadvantages.
Okay.
Being a female, it's easier to be seen because there's probably not a handful, but there is a handful of us, should I say. Yeah. Whereas males, there's probably like 1,000 or more. But then another thing is, it's harder for us. I do a song that is just as sick as a guy's song, but they'll be like dead. But with a guy, they'll be like, oh, sick. It's like, I feel like it's harder to get recognised and get the recognition and get to the platforms I need to get to. I feel like it's just harder in general as a female because it's a male-dominated scene.
Do you know what? I would say I feel your pain, but I've just seen you just tear the house down. Yeah? So there's nothing difficult. There's no struggle for you right now.
Yeah, you know what?
It's like literally, you had my dad. Yeah?
Oh, my dad.
My dad
He was like, Spud, alright.
You want me? Listen, you had my dad digging you so hard, like literally. And like I say, I mean, you're from Hackney, you're London. So you know, one thing I used to say, like, not just female rappers or male rappers, but British rappers in general. I hated the fact that they were so influenced by the Hollywood movement. You know, like the American stuff. So anything that gets, you know, an American influence, they tend to say it's Hollywoodized. I'm so grateful that you're keeping it real.
You know what? I like my inspirations are like Mr. Dynamite, So Solid Crew, Lisa Mafia.
Brilliant.
So I try to keep it urban.
Well, of course, absolutely. And the great thing about it is, it's authentic. Do you know what I mean? It's genuine, it's real. It's not you trying to be something you're not. Do you know what I mean? And that's what people connect with, right? Whether you're a male artist or a female artist. Now, obviously you've just sung 3 songs, and I know that you've obviously released a mixtape a few times. The first one, I don't want to get this wrong here, because a lot of people do this, and I've seen it in other interviews that you've done, but was the first one called The First Page? Yes! Get me! Get me!
Everyone gets it wrong. There was a first page, then the next page, then the right page, and now I'm working on a new thing called 2 pages.
2 pages. Don't hold that fork. Let me see if I'm going to get this correct. So the first one is you rapping, and the second one is you singing.
That's why it's 2 pages. 1 part rapping, 1 part singing. 2 pages.
And is that because you've got 2 different types of fan bases? I mean, are there people out there that appreciate you more?
You know what? It's not even about the fan bases. It's the simple fact that I like rapping and I like singing. But I want to separate it. So if you're more into R&B, it could go for the fan base thing. If you're more into R&B, then bam, bam, bam. Buy the R&B thing. If you're more into the rapping, buy the rapping thing. But I just wanted to separate it because it's just more of a vibe. Like, you don't really want to listen to a thing that's rapping, let's miss singing that. So I just thought, let me just separate it like that.
Well, this is it. Now, I see you as being quite a passionate young performer. I almost feel like I'm insulting you by saying young, do you know what I mean? Because you've got you've got a very mature head on your shoulders, and it's admirable to see, because we've been doing this for a year now. I've seen 8 artists a month step on that stage. And it's very difficult to sort of pick one out and say, they've got that. For lack of a more pretentious term, X Factor, whatever it is. But the point being, you stood out tonight.
Thank you.
And you've left an impression on pretty much everyone down there. It's the perfect way for us to sort of say happy birthday to Musique. I just wanted to say thank you at this stage for coming down, man.
Thank you.
Oh, look at that. Look at that. Big cuddles.